Waiting for my Stark Varg to arrive today. Lithium Power Sport sent me several tracking numbers. I got excited thinking the first tracking number was for the bike itself, but I think it's just the kickstands. Lithium Power Sport sent me a free Warp 9 kickstand. I guess they're having a lot of issues with the kickstands, and this is something they're doing for customers. Although I think the kickstand on the Varg is breaking on a bracket that's on the bike. It's not so much the kickstand that's failing, but I do believe the kickstand is too short and the bike leans over quite a bit. This one is adjustable. It's got a bigger foot. I think this will be a nice upgrade. I think they also sent me the OEM kickstand. Stock kickstand is a lot more attractive than the Warp 9 kickstand. I like this more industrial look here. Doesn't go as much with the Stark Varg design aesthetic, but it does have quite a bit bigger foot, which will be good in the sand that I ride. By 7 p.m. I'm expecting the Varg to arrive.
In the center, you said?
Yeah, that'll work. That'll work.
Hopefully everything's in there.
Yeah. Stark Varg is finally in the garage. As a lot of people have reported, the box is super flimsy. There's rips in it. We'll see if everything's in the box. Hopefully nothing's missing, but Stark really needs to start putting a steel perimeter frame on it. People that receive the Cove 450 Rally, for example, and some of the Surons, there's a nice steel frame. I guess they're trying to be more sustainable, but hopefully there's no damage and everything's in there. Opening it up, see what it looks like. The assembly instructions show you gotta release the box with some other fasteners down here, but doesn't seem like anything else is holding it on except the straps. See, so the handlebars, it's the right color. It's the toolbox. I don't see the charging adapter that I requested. I expected that to be in a separate box, but we'll see as I start taking things apart if I can find the charging adapter. Otherwise I might not be able to put any charge into the battery until I get that. First step is to take these straps off of the toolbox. The tools will be used for other steps. These are really nice straps. I can use these for securing the front wheel against my wheel chock on the trailer maybe. I really wanted this to arrive in the daytime so I could see what I'm doing. Oh, I love the carbon fiber. Looks so badass. 24 karat gold. Let's check out this toolbox. Here's a list of tools right here. Ooh, fancy. Oh man, tools got shaken up. Let's see if everything's in here. No, looks like it's complete. Let's take off the handlebars. I wonder what this assembly instruction QR code leads you to. Probably the old YouTube videos. It takes you to the owner's manual. Wow. The YouTube video was pretty thorough, and I watched it a couple of times. Hopefully that's enough to guide me. Does have the rear handbrake, which is what I wanted. Whoa, that's no good. Well, that's the phone, I think. I shouldn't have just dropped it like that. Lots of issues connecting the bike to the phone. Hopefully I don't have any of those. We'll see. Handlebar. Oh, the throttle is quite a bit stiffer than on my Enduro bike. Make sure this is an 18-inch wheel. It is 18-inch. Okay, I was worried about that because I think they swapped it for a bike that had the 19-inch wheel. They put the 18-inch on because they did have the manufacturer certificate of origin for this VIN number and not for the other one they were going to send me. Oh, the other thing. Oh yes, that's what I was stressing out the most about. This is a Gen 2 bike, and you can tell because it has a metal cap on the inverter instead of a plastic cap, which was cracking on the Gen 1s. And the charge port is here. So the charge port is here. It's at a much lower point, easier to get the connector to reach. It used to be up here, and now they brought it down here. So everything's looking good. 18-inch wheel. rear handbrake, Gen 2 inverter and charging configuration. The other thing I'm concerned about, but we'll need to check that later, is what stiffness springs are on here. I asked for the softest springs based on the fact that I'm going to be using it mostly for enduro, and should be a letter B here somewhere. I'll have to wait and see when the bike is more fully assembled. I love these integrated handles. Make it easier to pick up the bike and move it around. This is a complaint a lot of people have. You see the plastic rubs against the reservoir here. So I'm going to trim this plastic eventually. I won't take these off until I'm ready to put it onto the stand. Now, one of the reasons I got the white bike, I really like the red, but the white comes with this gray light colored seat, which in the desert sun, I appreciate a lighter colored seat. Now let me take the fender off here and the front tire. So many straps on here. These are going to be handy. Nothing appears to be damaged, even though the box looked pretty beat up. All these straps seem to keep things in place well enough, and without a metal frame, it makes the shipping cost and shipping weight a lot less, so that's a positive. Fender loose now, yeah, fender's loose. Chain has approximately the correct tension. It's better to measure it once it's on the side stand. Get this out. So this is the stand. The next step is going to be to undo these bottom straps, get the tire onto the crate so I can take the charger out from underneath. Okay, so here front suspension shows the letter E, so that is the softest springs, which is what I ordered. The softest spring rates identically match my WR250F's spring rates, which is good because that bike, I've always felt it's very nice and tolerable and works great if I have compliant tires on there. If I put stiff tires on my WR250F, I cannot ride it in rocks. So I'm going to be very used to the way these types of springs feel. But the damping on this bike, I think, is going to be quite a bit stiffer, more of a motocross style damping. And I might have to play with the shim stacks or do some revalving. I think everything's free now. I should be able to get this rear tire onto the crate. There we go. We're gonna have this bike fall. It kind of wants to fall. I'm just gonna move it to get the charger out, and then I'm gonna drop it back into the crate so it doesn't tip over. There we go. Alright, so there should be fasteners and some other boxes in here, I think. Yeah, here we go. Oh! Yes! Lithium Power Sports did ship the adapter. That should let me charge off of 120 until I get a 240 adapter. Why do they hide the other cable in here? It's kind of annoying. Okay, yeah. So this goes to the wall. This goes to the bike. And that's why I needed this adapter. So I'll need to charge off of 120. Now there were some issues with some of the wiring in this charger not being stripped properly and people shorting things out or getting errors. I might take this apart and see if there's anything in there that I need to set up better. Go. There should be some screws in this box. These are the front wheel spacers. That seems to be how they go. Seems to be a decent amount of grease on the front bearings, front wheel bearings. DOT. Are these street legal? That's interesting. So there should be some fasteners in here. Some foot pegs. I believe we want the charger cords to be on the left side of the bike, obviously, so alrighty. I've got to get the fasteners on the other side. Line them up. Okay, now let's bring the bike onto the stand, but I'm going to wait. Friend is on his way. In the meantime, I think I can work on the handlebars. Lithium Power Sports was great, but I'm not sure I'm going to leave their sticker on here. I like the clean, no sticker look of the Varg. I may put some stickers on the rear swing arm, but that's about it. I'm going to take these off to put the handlebars on. Don't want to damage anything here. So there's a couple of connectors coming down from the handlebar. I'm going to go in here. We got connectors from the phone dock, connector from the handlebar buttons, and from the throttle that need to be plugged in as you attach the handlebars. So I believe I can now get the phone holder and top mounting brackets for the handlebars on back on here. Everything seems so nice and high quality on this bike. It's very impressive. I hope this survives, and I hope they're making some money at the current pricing. $3,000 less than the original price. It's the main reason I jumped on it. Hopefully that's due mostly to them being able to get the batteries cheaper, but I mean, this bike has top of the line KYB suspension, top of the line Brembo brakes, a lot of nice pieces on it. Thinking they're probably building it at a loss currently. Royal Enfield has invested a lot of money in them. That's one of the reasons why they can get away with this, I think. I'm going to leave them right at 0 to start in a neutral position. Tweak them later as I ride it. I'll torque these down to spec before I ride, but I just want to get it assembled and on the side stand here as soon as I can. So it looks like you have to feed. Here we go. And I'm assuming the connectors are all different and you can't plug the wrong one into the wrong spots, but they are different. And also it makes sense, the left goes to the left, center in the center, and the right one goes to the right one. Seems very well designed to make it easier to work on. I'm going to get the front fender on next, I think. It might be easier to do without the front wheel on. Yep, all the fasteners are there. How much care should you really have with the plastics when you're going to do some hardcore off-roading and tear them up pretty quick? You got here just in time to put it up here to finish.
Came with it, or they...
Yeah. Well, that's the
that's
a charger.
Oh, that's the charger.
Charger and
well.
stand combination.
This looks good. Okay, cool. Yeah, I can help you, of course.
Let me get the fender on.
I
might as well.
Fender first, right? Front and rear both are on
the handlebars.
On the handlebars, right?
Yeah. Let me get this. Line it up here first, probably.
Oh wow. Okay. There's no nut. It's directly into.
Yeah, it's machined into.
It's machined in. So it came today, this afternoon?
Yeah, right when I sent the picture, that's when it arrived. It just arrived.
Can you put your phone, or they give you...
No, they give you a phone. They give you a specific phone, an Android phone. It's not an app you can download.
It's 4 of them?
Yeah.
I see. Okay. Do you think the battery is charged?
They probably ship it with like 60-70% charge.
70%, so
yeah, they can't...
You can actually take it out there just to see how it moves.
Well, I don't know. I think it seems like the phone configuration can be a pain in the butt.
Oh, yeah.
What happened is that I had a reservation directly with Stark. And then I didn't move on the reservation, so then I bought it directly from a dealer. And I don't know if they've associated my account that I had with Stark with this particular bike.
I don't know if you were supposed to put this in there first.
No, it pops in.
Oh, okay. Yep, so they're right.
Yeah, and then you retighten that top.
Retighten.
Well, it's wanting to tip to your direction.
Yeah, I'm holding it. See how comfortable this thing is. Huh?
Well, when you're doing enduro stuff, you're standing a lot, so
yeah.
I do tend to like flatter seats.
Oh, okay.
Seat Concept Seats makes a seat for this bike already.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you this might be pretty comfy though. It looks like a memory phone or something on there.
I don't know. It's one of those things that's very subjective.
Did you tie it? But you might want to do the top two because
some people love it, some people hate it.
Nice.
All right, so I gotta get the front axle off. This toolkit that it comes with is amazing.
It came with a toolkit too?
Well, look at it. It's like super high quality tools, and like
That's probably worth $300 just the toolkit.
Yeah. There we go.
There we go.
Now it feels right.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. That's how I was looking for that bolt. I was like, where the hell is it? That's exactly the same setup as I have on the Kobe.
Yeah, I'm used to the whole axle coming out. The whole axle being the bolt. That's how all my that's how all of my Yamahas have been. Absolutely.
Oh,
Okay, there we go. As long as you stabilize it.
yeah, I'm stabilizing.
Okay, let me grab it further down. Maybe they want this to actually be resting up there.
That could be.
Yeah, let's do that.
Why the hell did they put this little notch in there?
Maybe so that it doesn't the front tire doesn't hit the ground. You might need that extra lift.
Extra lift, yeah, that's true. That might be possible, yeah. Yeah, now putting the wheel in there is easy.
Should be. There's I think it's got something holding the brake pads.
Yeah, you need to take this thing out.
There we go.
I have a feeling we are a little too low.
Yeah.
We need to get higher. So that means putting something under, or moving it a little forward.
Moving it forward.
Oh, let me move this so nobody gets hurt. Then we can just lift it like this, right?
1, 2, 3. Okay, there we go. No, that was pretty easy. We just have to do it at the same time. That's quite a bit higher.
Yeah, that should give you enough clearance. Yeah, you need a screwdriver to pop them open. You will need to pray it a little bit. It's usually...
Probably. Oh, there we go. No, they did open quite a bit.
There we go.
Okay.
There you go.
I'll lift it up with my...
Yeah, and I'll go from this. Oh, are the spacers in there?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
Make sure they're in the right spot. Yeah, they are. Okay. There we go.
You will have to locate the other side.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
It's going on. Just have to play with the weight up or down. My Yamaha is so much easier to get. I do it by myself like nothing. In the Stark Varg assembly instructions, it goes through this process.
Yeah.
And it tells you to do it on the stand.
Oh, on the stand?
On the stand. Everything on this bike seems to be pretty high quality, all the components.
You can probably tell.
But they have had to send people batteries and motors. They're not 100% reliable, but I don't know if you can expect them to be.
Now you'll be able to tighten up.
You know what? I skipped the step where you mount these to the handlebars. We didn't put this brake cable into this. We didn't route it into this.
Oh, is it supposed to be locked in there or something?
They give you every tool to disassemble the entire bike.
That's what they do.
The best part about this company is their right to repair mentality. They give you every part. They send it to you. They got manuals, instructions for everything. They want you to be able to do 100% of the work on the bike yourself,
By yourself, yeah.
which is very different.
Is it one or the other? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's probably true. So put it on here. I'll clock it. Screw it on there. You can mess with the
the
placement
position.
and whatever it is.
Yeah, just get it started. You didn't know you were going to be putting together a bike today, huh? All I needed was somebody to help getting it on the stand, but after that...
That's cool. Now it's easy. But you might want to double check some of these things because that, we're like, where is it supposed to touch and how close it's supposed to be to it.
Yeah, I'll angle it a little bit further down like that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you might want to mess with that as it fits your body, right? You can do that, adjust that later.
They sent me a Warp 9 kickstand for free because people were complaining about the OEM stand. It's not long enough. You can adjust the length and it's got a fatter foot for the sand. The OEM one is much more elegant looking though. The OEM one is right there. It's underneath the box, I think.
Oh, this thing right here?
Yeah, that's the original one.
Oh, I like this is the original one, and I like this one better. And plus it has springs, so it will spring up.
They both have springs. So what's actually breaking is not the kickstand. The bracket here that the kickstand goes to, people are breaking them.
Oh yeah, there's a hole. Yeah. There's a ton of different parts.
A bunch of.
Oh, you still have to put these on. They look pretty solid too. Lightweight.
Stainless steel.
Yeah. Where's the computer of the whole thing? Is it in this?
Yeah, look at it. It's just a cell phone. It's not. There's no computer.
It looks like a cell phone. Yeah.
It is a cell phone, an Android phone.
Oh wow.
I can go anytime tomorrow.
Just let me know. I have a whole day. I'll meet you somewhere. You will have to load it into a trailer, right? Because clearly.
I just want to maximize the range.
Oh,
I'm not going to waste. I'm not going to waste 5 miles on the road.
See, this is where the Cybertruck kicks in. You just ride it up to the Cybertruck and throw it in the back.
Yeah, and you can charge it.
And you can charge it.
You can actually charge it with a 240.
240.
I'm going to charge it off of 120 for now.
Yeah, a slow charge is probably better anyway, right? For it.
You can adjust the currents on the app. So I think charging it at 240 but at low current is probably the healthiest for it.
So when you ordered and paid, how many days before it arrived here?
4 days.
Very, very cool. I can't believe that the charger is like built into that's very smart.
Into the stand. Yeah.
Just keep it on top of this. That's awesome. How many kilowatt hours is the battery?
6.5, I think.
0.5 maybe. Yeah. Awesome if they do like 20 kilowatt or something.
Oh no, that's...
It would be too big at this moment. But, yeah.
You basically just need it to be double. I think if it was 12, 13, it's got to fit in the same spot and it's got to weigh the same.
Yeah, it is, that's
so you need double the power density of what it has now.
Let me know
thanks
if,
a lot.
if you're gonna get it all set up for tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
You want to hold it down there, I'll go with you for a ride, no question, because I have all day. I'm gonna put my order in too.
Sure. We'll see. Not after it does 10 miles. The key to tighten up the foot pegs is to just turn the foot peg up a few degrees and then the threads will catch. I still did not finish aligning the front wheel. We were waiting for the brakes to be up here on the handlebars. This is the rear brake. It feels a little bit spongy compared to the front brake. A longer line maybe. So to center the wheel, I'm going to tighten these clamping bolts on the right side. Then tighten the axle to the torque spec, 35 Newton meters. Spin it, brake, spin it, brake. Loosen these back up. Spin it, brake, spin it, brake. And now we can go ahead and tighten all 4 clamping bolts back down. The clamping bolts, the torque spec is 15 Newton meters. There we go. The torque spec for the handlebar bolts is 30 Newton meters. Torque spec for the foot peg bolts is 20 Newton meters. The last thing I need is the kickstand. Everything else looks good. Check the tire pressures tomorrow. The final step is getting on the kickstand. There's a dozen parts for the kickstand. I think these O-rings go onto this pivot point for the kickstand. And I guess I better install them now. Stark doesn't provide any instructions for a fully disassembled kickstand like this. It seems like in most cases the dealer may install it, but it was sent separately, so I'll have to figure it out. Gotta take this panel off to get the rubber band in place that holds the kickstand. That keeps it from bouncing up and down on jumps especially, I guess. Whoa. It must go like this. Pull it through. There we go. And there's a notch here that must catch. And this is supposed to be tightened to 40 Newton meters. Seems quite high. It's tighter than that front axle bolt. There we go. This bracket goes on the frame right here. Held on by 2 bolts. Yeah, it does feel like the threads are not completely clean on some of these holes. It is catching the threads properly. It's just I think I'm gonna blast it with some WD-40 to try to clean out the threads there at the bottom. Yeah, that definitely helped. This is a piece that a lot of people are finding breaks. It's not the kickstand that breaks, it's this bracket. Replacing the kickstand is not the full solution for this issue. So these bracket bolts call for 5 Newton meters, which seems very low. I think I went quite a bit higher than that, but I'm not going to loosen them up again. Are these supposed to be press fit? And if I do press fit them and I can't get them off, what happens then? That's nicer. Just so I don't have to mess with these press fit pieces here. I think I'm going to go ahead and just put the Warp 9 kickstand on. Well, alrighty then. This is set to 15 Newton meters. This kickstand bolt from Stark comes with Loctite already on it, so I'm not going to use the Loctite that came with the Warp 9 kickstand. This bracket definitely looks quite delicate, and there is a company that sells a thicker one. Now I guess the spring goes into, oh, there's a little hole here. Oh, you know what? I bet that's what this other bolt is for. Yeah. There's a hole right here. So hook the spring onto this spacer here. Getting close to trying to turn on the phone and see if I can get it to pair and register the bike. Oh geez, there's not enough clearance here to tighten this. That's extremely annoying. Okay, I'm gonna have to use a tool that is not part of the kit. So the only way to be able to tighten this upper spring perch is gonna be with an adjustable wrench and using the Torx bit that came with the kit. This spring doesn't let you get to it. It almost seems like this needed to have been installed by Stark at the factory before they put in the rear shock. This should really just be a hex bolt, something that you can tighten from the side. But let's see what we can do here. The Warp 9 springs seem to be thicker and they just don't wrap around the top like they're supposed to. I'm going to use the OEM springs. So I'm hooking the springs on the top first. Okay. Yeah, the OEM springs definitely fit better. Yes. Okay, let's see how that works. Kickstand is adjustable for length, so I'm going to other riders claim the side stand is an inch too short, so let's extend it about an inch. Let's see how that feels. Let's try it there. 4th hole. So this is interesting. The bolt is threaded, but then it has a lock nut in the back, a nylock nut. That's extra security. That's pretty secure. Do I want to take the bike off the stand before I try to pair the... No, I'm going to leave it on there because this bracket freaks me out how thin it is and how it has failed. Let's get the phone in there. This is the part I'm most scared of, actually. Will it work? Here we go. Okay, let's connect to Wi-Fi. Phone's going through a bunch of Google setup screens and I just hit the power button. Pairing with the Varg. Couldn't pair because of an incorrect pin. What's the correct pin? It's alive. It's alive. I have no idea what the power mode it's in, but I can't seem to pair it. It goes into neutral mode automatically. when I docked the phone, it seemed to go into a different mode, and then it'll pair through Bluetooth automatically, it appears. Now, let's see if my email will actually work, because I had a reservation with Stark, then I bought it at Lithium Power Sports, and I don't know if it's going to connect to my account properly or not. The bike is on, searching, can't find the bike. I've not been successful in getting the phone to pair. I'll call Lithium Power Sports tomorrow. I think they need to transfer the ownership, but how can I not at least roll gently down the street? Very nice to not have bad fueling off the bottom. Suspension feels extremely stiff. What if I try going off the sidewalk? Let's see how that feels. So easy to gently apply throttle. I've not been able to okay. Feels okay. Oh, I'm trying to apply the rear brake with my foot. I'll get used to it. Very nice. No idea what power mode it's in. I'm thinking it's probably 45, 40 something. That's what I would set it at. If I was Stark as a default, sprinkling a little bit. Better get inside and we'll do our first ride tomorrow. If you find this type of content useful, please consider subscribing and hit that like button to be notified of future content.